Hi you guys, I just wanted to quickly preface this video with an introduction because when I first filmed this, I was in a lot of pain. I was really tired and it was late at night. And initially, I didn't even want to share this update on my channel. I didn't want it to take away from the experience that I had in Greece, which was incredibly positive and meaningful. I didn't want it to take away from the message of my videos. But more than that, it feels stupid to be posting this given what's going on in the world right now. And I don't want this video to come off as tone deaf, because even if I'm in some pain and if I'm going through something, I mean, nobody wants to have an operation, right? That is normal to not want to go through that. But when you put things in perspective and you look at the incredibly unfair, horrific atrocities that are going on in this world, especially in Palestine and Gaza, this feels so insignificant. Like, this is not a crisis, and I am well aware of that. And I just remember sitting on the plane back home to France, and I just kept thinking about how fortunate and incredibly lucky I am that I live in a country where I have quick access to quality healthcare and treatment, because, you know, things that start out as small infections like my finger did, they can become so much worse if you don't have treatment. And I just kept thinking about people in the world who don't have access to treatment, who are suffering, and like, you know, I am not in a crisis, and I want to make that very clear. I am ultimately choosing to post this video because the antibiotics didn't work for me, and I did end up having to go for the operation that I talk about in this video, and my job is to post content online, and this injury definitely affects what I can film and how I can film and what I can edit, since I'm down one hand. I think as well, a big reason that I post my life online and that I share my experiences is that I think that there's a lot that people can learn from to improve their travel. And this is definitely one of those situations where if I had just applied a bit of, you know, antibacterial, antiseptic spray or cream, if I had just packed that in my suitcase, I don't think it would have escalated to needing an operation for an infection. So that's ultimately why I'm choosing to post this video. The recovery for this operation, because they did end up slicing my finger open, is about 15 days. So I'm going to try and post as much content as I can. You know, I said in previous videos that I did want to show you guys Christmas in Paris. So I'm going to try and do all that, and in a couple weeks, everything should be back to normal. I have been staring blankly into space, trying to figure out how I want to start this video, because initially I wanted to film like a nice little back in Paris vlog. I really wanted to unpack my suitcase and show you guys everything that I brought back, and you know, reuniting with Jean and Paris and doing all the Christmas things. But it's just not been like that. I am a little bit unwell. I just am out of luck this year, I think, in terms of like health problems. I don't really want to say that because it's not like major things, but I was calculating it, and this year, like, I've just had maybe so far 4 months out of 12 where I've been like recovering from injuries. I had my finger that I broke, and then I had my gum surgery, then I had that like weird fruit acid allergy problem in Greece, and now I don't even want to look at it, and it's really very painful, but I ended up with a pretty bad finger infection in Greece. I'll show you guys. If you're squeamish, this is your warning. Look away. I mean, I don't think it looks that bad on camera, but I'll show you guys really quick. Basically, it's my my middle finger that's like 3 times the size, and it's just like so painful. But yeah, I had like a piece of skin or a hangnail, I'm not really sure, that I bit off of it maybe like last Wednesday, and then it started to hurt on Thursday, and then Friday, which was like my last day, it was like really hurting. And I was obviously like farming throughout those days, and it's pretty dirty, like you're covered in olive oil and just generally you know, you're in the nature and stuff. Yeah, it was hurting quite a bit on the Friday, and then in the evening I had to pack because my flight was on Saturday, and around like maybe 11 p.m. it was like agonizing pain. And I called Jean and we talked for a bit. Sorry, every time I move it's like very painful, but we talked for a bit, but he had a basketball game the next day, and so I didn't want to keep him up. I wanted him to get his rest. But then again, around like 2 or 3 a.m. my thing was I was worried that it was gonna get so bad. Like I was worried I would wake up and it'd be like insanely swollen or yeah, like really infected. So anyways, around 2 or 3 a.m. I was in so much pain that I tried calling my mom and my dad, and because they are 7 hours behind Greece time, I was calling them at like 2 or 3 a.m., which is like 8 p.m. for them, so it's like a reasonable time to call them. But they were out playing tennis, so they weren't they didn't have their phones. So I ended up calling my brother, and this poor boy, like I was in shambles. Like I'm a very dramatic person naturally, but this is this like whole finger infection thing is like the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life, like hands down. I'm really not someone who can't handle pain. Like my broken finger hurt, but it was nothing like this. And then when I had like pretty big gum surgery, the doctor prescribed me like all of these pain meds and stuff, and I didn't take any of them. Sorry, I'm gonna move. I didn't take any of them. So like I have a pretty high pain tolerance. But yeah, this like finger infection is out of this world pain. I don't even know if I'm explaining anything properly, if any of this makes sense. It's like, I've just wanted to film this video for days, and like I really want to unpack my suitcase and show you guys, so that's why I'm filming it in this moment. And also, well, we'll get to that later, but yeah, so then I called my brother for like half an hour. I'm like sobbing. I'm like, I know something's wrong. It's in so much pain. Like, what can I do? Because my brother generally is like a pretty smart guy when it comes to like health and science and stuff, so I really trust his opinion. And he was telling me, you know, maybe it's an ingrown nail. You just have to maybe soak it in some water with salt. And I was doing that. And I was like, okay, I'll call you back. And it just like, I remember drooling and like snot coming out of my nose. I was just like, oh my God, I was beside myself. And so I actually didn't sleep at all that night. I even ended up texting Zidke because I know she gets up early. I texted her around 5 a.m. And I was like, hi, can you just text when you get up? Like, if you have pain meds, that'd be super helpful. And yeah, so I had to get on my flight on Saturday morning. So Zilke actually drove me to the airport, and on the way we stopped at a pharmacy. I didn't want to miss my flight, so like there was no option of going to a doctor. Anyways, at the pharmacy they gave me this like cream, this like anti bacterial cream, and I got pain meds. And yeah, I really just wanted the pain meds because I was in so much pain, and like I knew I would be on a plane for like a total of 4 hours, so I was just like, I can't do this, you know, without something. And that night I got back in Paris on the Saturday night, and John picked me up, and there was a problem with like the train, so we ended up taking Uber home. And in the Uber, I just like was beside myself in pain. Like, I'm telling you guys, maybe you'll know if you've ever had like a finger infection, but it's like, it is truly the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Like, even now I'm like trying to keep it together and not cry. Like, it's so painful. And so anyways, in the taxi, like I think it was the fact that I was like, okay, I finished 12 hours of travel. Like, I was really trying to pull it through because I had all this like baggage and stuff. And then finally when I got to Paris, and like when John was there and he could take my bags for me, I was just like, I was just like, okay, I need help. Like, I need help. And so I just started crying in the Uber. And in France, they have this really great thing called SOS Médecin, which I'll link down below. And I think I'll make a video on it later because I think it's a really useful resource to have for anyone who's like traveling or even living here who isn't aware of this service. But basically it's like a night doctor that you can call, and I guess they're on call, and they can you know, come and give you a checkup and like prescribe you stuff. And it's pretty affordable. It ranges between 55 and 75 euros for a visit, and this is like, we called him at like midnight. So he was really great. He came, and yeah, he told me, you know, you have a finger infection and you need antibiotics. And sorry, I know it looks weird where I'm holding my hand, but it's like, this is how it feels the least painful. He was like, if it becomes like uncontrollable pain, then go to like Emerge, and they'll have to cut open your finger and like disinfect it. And so yeah, he prescribed me these antibiotics, and we found a pharmacy that was 24 hours, and we picked them up and everything. And he also said that I could take like pain meds once every 6 hours, which for the first time in my life I'm doing. Like I said, I never ever have problems with pain. I never like take pain medication, but yeah, I haven't reached the 6 hour point. That's why I didn't take one for this video. But yeah, so now we're 2 days after that, and it's actually getting worse. It's getting bigger and it's more painful, even though I've been on the antibiotics. So I saw another doctor again today, and he was just like, you have to wait 48 hours after starting the antibiotics, and if it's not gone, like he was like, you should wake up tomorrow, it should be gone. And if it's not gone, then you have to, there's an emergency hand clinic, and they will take you, and it's like a minor operation, and they will like cut the finger and, you know, disinfect it from the inside out. And honestly, like, I don't know, you could maybe tell by like the way I sound and stuff, but that really is not something that I wanted to do. So you know, I'm crossing my fingers that I wake up tomorrow and you know, I'm all good, but maybe not, and then I'll have to go and deal with this. But yeah, all that to say, it has been a challenging return to Paris. Not just that, but obviously like I miss the people from Greece. You guys, if you watched my last video, like you know, everything I said in that video was really honest and genuine. Like the people that I met and spent so much time with were just amazing, and so I obviously miss them. I miss you know, harvesting olives, being with George and Silke, and I miss the weather. I came back and it's like, I'll show you guys later, but it's like pouring rain right now. It's just been gray skies since I got back, and my heart like dropped because on the plane ride from Athens to Paris, the pilot announced like as we're landing in Paris, he was like, and it is 0 degrees. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm coming from a country where it's like 30 degrees every day and sunny. This is just awful. But yeah, so that's just a little update on the situation. I'm sorry that I couldn't do a more fun back in Paris vlog. I really wanted to. But I do want to quickly open my suitcase and show you guys some of the stuff that I brought back, like a little mini haul unboxing of olive oils. I thought that'd be fun. So yeah, let me grab my suitcase and we're gonna go slow because I'm not really supposed to use this hand. The doctor that I saw today was like, avoid cooking, avoid cleaning, avoid really doing anything with this hand to, you know, make the infection worse. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my suitcase. I knew that I wanted to bring olive oil home, so I paid for like the most amount of kilos that I could bring back. So I have this heavy sticker on it. But yeah, okay, give me a second. This is... Normally when I come back from a trip, I'm like the person who unpacks right away, who starts the laundry right away, but I really just like could not, given the state of my finger. Okay, give me a sec. I'm just gonna move you guys back. Okay, I think that's better. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I'm not gonna go through all my clothes and stuff because that's not very exciting. But, okay, the first thing I see is this. This is a gift from George. His brother sources and sells natural sea sponges. It looks like this. So it looks like this, but don't be fooled because as soon as it like soaks up the water, it becomes, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times the size. And so it's a really great way to soap down your body instead of using a face cloth. And it's a sea sponge, so it's 100% natural. Oh my God. Mwah. I'm doing my best to show you guys my suitcase and also show you me, but this is very hard positioning. Bear with me. Okay, I think this looks okay. So the next thing I want to show you guys is what I'm most excited for. It's a giant 3-liter tub of extra virgin olive oil. And this was a gift from GROS. You guys would have seen him and Sophia, his wife, in my last video when I talked about my experience. George, who I stay with on his farm, he was mostly producing his aromatic oils at the time. Like you harvest the olives and then you mill them so you have the freshest product. So when I was there, George was milling his aromatic olive oil. But while I was at the mill with George, it's really fun. I also have a video on this coming out, but all of these farmers are at the mill, they're milling their oils, and it's like this big suspense moment because once a farmer's olives are milled, you get to try the olive oil and you get the acidity rating, which tells you if it's virgin or extra virgin or not at all. And there was one farmer who went before George and he had a very low acidity of 0.7, which means it's extra virgin. And so actually they let us try the oil. Like we got to try this fresh oil and it was nothing like I have tasted before. Like I keep watching documentaries on olive oil and it's crazy how when you buy like industrial olive oil, it's just kind of not really what they say it is, because when you taste real olive oil, it's a bit spicy and it almost makes you like cough a little bit. I don't want to say it's bitter, it's spicy and it's flavorful and it really does give you a scratch in your throat. So when you have that feeling, you know you have good quality extra virgin olive oil. And the extra virgin olive oil that we buy in France definitely does not have that scratchiness. So it was like a big priority for me to bring home this extra virgin olive oil. And after meeting George and Yorgos, and watching how they farm, watching how they mill their olives, it's truly like insanely high quality olive oil. So I'm so thankful that he gave this to me, that he gifted me. It was really kind from his part. Next, in this bundle, I have some more olive oil, but this time they're the aromatics. Now these are gifts, so if you are related to me or to Jean, please stop watching this video now, because these are for you. That's your warning. Okay, now that I've said that, these are for Jean's family. I bought, in total, but you know, George obviously gifted me quite a lot, but in total I have 45 bottles of these aromatic olive oils that I'm bringing for my family, for Jean's family, and also for Jean and I, because we love them. But in my suitcase right now, I only have the gifts for Jean's family, like, for their Christmas gifts, because my family, we don't know when we'll see them, so it's not urgent that I like get a second suitcase and bring them over. George and Zidke can just mail them to us when they have the chance. I'm always so surprised when I bring back anything glass, or like even this huge tin. I was so worried that it would explode in my suitcase, but I'm always pleasantly surprised when nothing is broken or damaged. Okay, so these are the first oils I got. I have lemon and mandarin for Jean's mom. She loves citrus. I have mint for Jean's brother, and basil for Jean's sister, and this one is award-winning, which is really special. And then for Jean's dad, I also have the rose oil, which is somewhere in my backpack, and the skinos, which goes so good with meat. So yeah, I have all those oils. Let me try and lift them up. I can't. I have all those oils for them as little Christmas gifts. Now to the other side of my suitcase. Oh man. Okay. This is not oil. Damn, Zidke packaged this really well. They are in total 3 jars of her famous red pepper spicy chutney. This is so good. I tried it on my first visit to their farm in September, and I bought a jar and I put it in my carry-on because I didn't have a checked bag, and we thought it was 100 mils, but this bottle doesn't have a measurement on it, so it actually got confiscated at the airport, which sucked. And so I told her that, and this time around her and I made them together. And so I have 1 jar for me and Jean, and I'll probably give 1 jar to Jean's family, and then 1 jar for my mom because she adores spicy red pepper jelly. And I wrote down the recipe from Zidke because it's just so good, and this kind of stuff, at least in Canada, when you buy really good quality red pepper chutney, it's something like $15 plus tax. So I'm excited to make it again and share that recipe with my family so they can make it if they want. What else do we have? Oh, yes. Okay, these ones are for me, so the package kind of is like scrumpled because I needed to make more room in my suitcase. But these are the soaps that George makes with the extra olive oil that he has. So for example, like George is big on quality control. If there's something even like a little bit off, or he doesn't like a tiny little taste of one of his oils, he will not sell it in the bottles. It has to be perfect for him. So this soap, for example, is made from the mint aromatic olive oils, And it's not that it's like bad oil or anything like that. It's just like he might not like the taste of a batch. So instead of selling it, he'll remill another batch to make really a masterpiece of an olive oil, and he'll use the oil that he didn't like to make these really, really good natural olive oil soaps. I bought some last time and I went through them so fast because they're so good. They're hydrating, they smell good. So I brought 2 boxes to, oh God. So I bought 2 boxes for Jean and I, and then George and Zilke are gonna mail me with the other bottles more soap that I want to give to my family. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Oh my God, how is it? I don't think it's gonna focus. Is it even focus on me? Ugh. I don't know, that's what it looks like. Hopefully it focused. I'm filming with a new camera, and the camera just has really good autofocus for the face, but not so good for not face. But yeah, I got 2 bars for Jean and I. Okay, we are nearing the end of gifts, but this one is so exciting. I almost screamed when George gave it to me. This was a gift, but it is a big bottle of George's lime aromatic oil. This one is so popular. He already sold out of it, and he only had like a small quantity left. And he was like, Arielle, this is for you and Jean. I want you to have it. It's the last. We won't have any for, I think, another 2 years. So I was like so lucky to get my hands on this. But yeah, it's just, you guys will see in the tasting video that George and I did together. I haven't edited yet, but the thing with George's aromatic oils is that they taste like the freshness of the herb or the fruit that is put in the aromatic oil is present. Oh my God, that makes no sense. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm tired. My brain is like all over the place. But the olive oils are just very fresh. So when you have this lime aromatic oil and you put it on whatever, like a salad or dessert, it really tastes like a fresh lime and olive oil. It's amazing. And then this one as well. This is one of the oils that I actually milled with George. Again, you guys will have the video of us milling this actual oil, but together we did oregano and fennel. So he actually gave me a bottle of the fresh fennel oil. Normally when you mill the oil, it has to sit for, I think he said 5 months, because it's not a residue, but there are particles that like have to collect at the bottom, and then you take them out before you bottle the olive oil for consumption. And so because I know how that process works, I'm not going to be like weirded out when there's like a little bit of the particles that collect at the bottom. But yeah, so he gave me this bottle of fresh fennel oil, which is so exciting. And then the last thing that I got is this little soap gift, and it also has a mini soap sponge, sea sponge inside as well. And this is going to be for my best friend. I also ordered her some olive oil like for my family as well, but that's coming in a later package. But yeah, okay, that's it. That is all I wanted to show you for my suitcase, because the rest is just dirty laundry and tripods. Honestly, filming this video was just such a nice distraction from this throbbing finger. I'm a very squeamish person, so even like seeing it or feeling it just makes me want to hurl. So I'm really hoping that tomorrow the antibiotics, you know, work some sort of magic and it's gone and I don't have to go for the operation. I don't think that's the case, because like I said, it's just progressively getting worse and worse and more painful and more swollen. And yeah, it's times like these when I'm really thankful for having a partner like Jean, because when this kind of stuff happens, like with my gum surgery, especially with my broken finger, oh my God, that was 2 months where I was like totally not able to use my hand. He's really good about cooking, about doing the cleaning and helping me. And I think that there's nothing more that you can ask for partners, like patience and grace when you're not doing well. And so I'm just like, yeah, very thankful to have Jean. I always thought about, like, what would I do without you? He's like, you went 27 years without me, Arielle, you'll be fine. I'm like, no, I can't go any more years without you. But yeah, so that is all for today's video. I'm sorry it was not the fun, fast-paced return to Paris video that I wanted to make. I think that the recovery from the little operation tomorrow is quick. I think the doctors say a couple days, so I have so much Christmas stuff that I want to film for you guys now that I'm back in Paris and stuff. So hopefully you'll see those soon. And if there's anything in particular you guys want to see, like, let me know down below in the comments. I'll do my best. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later this week.